love of the game.
I remember I had surgery on like Thursday, and it was my senior year in high school. I had surgery on Thursday. So basically, we went in and cleaned it out.
Right. I don't need that.
Are you going to the budget after this? No. Oh, that's not, sorry. Oh, so we have to just do it all. See, I had a conversation with my newsroom about this, how all the districts have multiple people and other help, and I'm literally. We have one camera, one view. Right. Oh. Edwin, you just said the same thing?
What?
We don't have enough help.
Oh, no.
I know, but it seems like 7 always has 2 people.
But
KTVU.
because she's 8 to 4. So she's the floor right now. So she's covering this and the floor is covering the thing.
A package for one? Oh, right. We have to cut a package today. For what? For the minute?
All right.
You guys, are you all ready? Say when.
Ready? Ready? Yep. Rolling.
Hi, good morning. My name is Sergeant Huing Nguyen. I am the president of the Oakland Police Officer Associations. I thank you for coming out here today for this press conference. I want to introduce my partner here, Sergeant Tim Dolan, who is the vice president of the Oakland Police Officer Association. He's going to provide a press statement for you guys.
Good morning, all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for having me here. Sergeant Tim Dolan with the police department. I've been working for the city for 24 years now. I'm a patrol sergeant in East Oakland the last 4 years. And my opening remarks here, I'd like to just say that the police department, from the Oakland Police Officers Association perspective, rejects both of these budgets that are being proposed by the city council. One of them reduces the cops down to 678. The other one reduces the cops down to 600. Both are impactful to our city. Over the last 3 days, we've had 3 homicides in East Oakland, and that's predominantly the area that I serve in. Each day when my officers log in, there's over 100 calls for service standing, and any more cuts right now would be impactful. This is the time to increase the police department, increase staffing, and then look out for the citizens here that are staying in the city of Oakland, protect them, and also keep businesses here too. This is a time to build our infrastructure and want people to stay in Oakland, want people to do business here. I lived in Oakland for part of my career here, and I live by the lake, and I've seen a dramatic change in the lake over the last few years as well. This is the time we definitely look out for everybody, take care of safety, take care of our cops, and take care of the community we serve. I would like to see the city reject both of these proposed budgets and look at hiring an independent auditor, somebody who could look at where the bottom line is at for the city and what kind of financial issues we are facing in the future. Thank you.
Any questions?
Can you talk a little bit more about wanting an independent auditor to come in? What do you think that person can provide that's not being provided right now at the city?
Sure.
Turnaround expert.
A turnaround expert is somebody that we're looking for. I survived through the early 2010s when we did have a financial issue here in the city, and I saw the issues we're facing with the budget, and I'm worried that the same trend may be going on right now too.
Can you talk a little bit more about the impacts, the possible impacts of what would happen if we go with either of the budget options that are on the table right now?
Both are impactful to the police department, and it would cause more calls for service standing on a daily basis for our cops that are out there serving the citizens. All it's going to do is push up crime numbers, unfortunately.
How hard is it to operate with the staffing that you have right now?
We're struggling. There was an independent audit that was done. We just don't have the results yet. But from previous past audits, it's 1,000, 1,100 cops is what the city needs to police. And during my career, I've never seen that. We're hoping this audit comes out soon to kind of help the city guide in the right direction of where we need to go.
But right now, you're approximately 600 officers that are available, and you really need 1,200.
Yes, we're staffed for 712. Realistically, we have about 600 on the streets, and we need to double that number.
And is that with those officers that are on leave right now, and for the officers that are eligible for retirement?
Yes. I think we're at 709, and then we have several on leave and probably close to 80 that are eligible for retirement.
What's your message to the city right now?
Think long-term. Think about infrastructure. Think about how do we keep businesses here? How do we keep the citizens safe? Think of the long-term plan. Sale of the Coliseum is not the answer. Reducing staffing for the police department is not the answer.
In the budget meeting on Friday, they discussed the OPD went over budget by $20 million. Is that structural issues in-house, or what's your making of that?
My opinion of what that is they have various overtime assignments where we have officers posted up in high crime areas. It's hard for us to recruit and retain officers, so there's officers working a lot of overtime that are out there keeping the peace in certain areas. We look at crime trends and we try to staff accordingly and put people in those positions. With crime on an uptick, we relocate, move officers around, and also have to backfill and staff with different positions too.
Where would the money be shifted from for you guys to have the budget that you want? I mean, what other programs are you thinking maybe they can move from there to you guys?
I don't have all those answers. I would think that this is the time to really think about the long term of the city though, and infrastructure, and staff the police department accordingly.
Any other questions? Do you want to give, go ahead, I'm sorry, please.
Could you go over the numbers that I missed?
Sure. As far as staffing?
Yeah.
Okay. We're slated for 712 officers. Realistically, we have about 600 right now. The city wants to either go with a proposal for 678 or 600, and that would reduce our staffing down to realistically probably 500 that are able to go on the streets right now. The police department, well, the Oakland Police Officer Association would like to see that number doubled to help provide safety for our community and our businesses.
Many in the city of Oakland say that you can staff up programs like macro, other violence prevention programs, and that would address crime rates in a different way than sworn officers do, and therefore reduce the need for officers. How do you respond to that?
Oh, I can disagree with that. I've seen it firsthand. I'm out there with my squad on the weekends when I'm working, and macro generates more calls for service for us than it actually solves. We have to go out there. They won't come in there until we've secured the scene. And that's the same with the fire department too. Officers have to be there first before we can render any other form of medical aid or anything else. And so we need the cops. And then everything else can fall in line after that.
Tell them about whether it's construction companies, major corporations out there who won't do work in the city of Oakland unless they have police presence.
We have numerous projects in the city, including paving. We have the city workers that go outside fixing light poles, whatever you want to say they do. And they are asking for staffing for the police department to help keep them safe, as in have an officer assigned with them when this happens. And the city's paying for it. So you mentioned $20 million. That's part of the money too that's being paid for that.
Any other questions? All right, thank you very much. You're most welcome to stay and ask them a few more if you'd like.
Thank you all.
Now, hang out there for a minute. Do you guys need cutaways?
No, no.
You okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Thanks, Aaron.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can you just introduce yourself, please?
Sure. Sergeant Tim Dolan, D-O-L-A-N.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, can you say that
Can you
again?
spell it for us?
Sure. Dolan, D-O-L-A-N.
Okay, perfect, thank you.
Thanks.
Where do you work?
East Oakland, District 6 on the weekends. So I work Fridays to Mondays, daytime.
And your position?
Patrol sergeant.
With the union?
I'm vice president with the union.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He's got 4 girls too.
5 actually. 5 daughters and 1 grandson.
5? Oh, goodness. I'm just down here.
You're saying way over now, like something just.
Go grab it if you want. Do you have anything else? No?
Yeah, I'd
Okay.
love to get what I have to say.
I'm not much of a public speaker, thank you.
You're doing great.
doing the budget.